All right, we're live. We're back for another episode of Data Mastery, powered by Data Accelerator. Myself, Jason, and the other Jason. Yes, a lot of Jasons here. Glad to have you and excited for this episode. AI, right? I mean, it's you can't listen to anything nowadays. It doesn't matter what it is. Everything's AI this, whether it's my kid's school, whether it's marketing, it's the whole kids school AI thing, and that's a whole different episode.
That is crazy. I mean, having young children that understand that they can do projects through AI for their teacher and it be accepted is a totally different episode. But yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, your kids are a little younger than mine. Just wait till they're teenagers and they have phones, and I mean, the stories I hear from my son, with kids and what they're doing with AI and papers, but then there's AI intelligence to check the papers to make sure that,
Is it really?
Oh yeah. There's all kinds of softwares that will basically take a paper and then go and check it against every other paper written in the history of mankind to make sure it's original. And
wow,
it's wild. And it's only, literally the tip of the iceberg, but
anyway,
yeah, exactly. Like you said, that's a whole nother episode. But we do want to talk about AI today, how it's helping marketing, data, basically how it's helping businesses just perform better, right?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, what we have found and good feedback from some of our listeners are, some Q&A back and forth from one another, allowing you to be able to use your expertise and knowledge on what it is doing in the market today, and what I would like to really focus on are some of the questions that have come up. How is it transforming programmatic? I can't even speak today. Programmatic marketing and
programmatic.
Programmatic marketing. Thank you. And the advantages that it's having over traditional methods. Like, how is AI affecting it?
Yeah, I mean, geez, that's a long question. I mean, it's literally affecting every facet of the marketing process. So whether it's, the obvious, copywriting, but it's just, between building websites and copywriting and analyzing results. I mean, it's just endless in the sense of what it can do and how it's helping every step of the process. And I think the biggest hurdles most businesses are running into right now is where do we start? There's 14 different, 140 different AIs, and then all these new softwares that all tie to AI and have AI built in behind it. And it's, I think that's the biggest hurdle for most businesses is just where do we start? And my answer is, you gotta, start somewhere. Heck, even if it's just, with your copywriting, with helping you with your outgoing emails, with, you can have the best website or the best emails, but throw it into chat and get a second opinion, get a couple different versions. I mean, even what we do with our cold outreach, it's, you can literally have it rewrite. And instead of just sending, if you're doing, for example, email marketing, instead of just sending one version, you don't have to write 3 versions, write one really good version, and then allow AI to give you 3 or 4 different versions with some different tonalities, make this one sound bold and firm, make this email sound, like it's explaining it to a 4th grader, all kinds of, different prompts and different ways that it can, I guess it's just start small, don't get the deer in the headlights look and don't do nothing because you're so overwhelmed. Just start small, start learning it, or find somebody really good at learning it or using it and, hire them and learn from them.
We met with a company yesterday and they do some email marketing. And I mean, just say the number. How many?
Nine. I had to have them say it 3 times. I was like, 9 million, 90 million. And they're like, no, we send 900 million emails.
900 million.
That's
nuts. So, AI's got to be helping them. There's no way content can be written for 900 million emails.
No. And what's, we were talking about our data solutions, we didn't even go down that path. And I mean, like I said on the call, I have about 7,500 different questions about that. But it's even using AI to adjust every email. So it's like,
Right.
you know, if you can have a list of people with data on it where you can use AI to adjust every email so it references the specific name. And I'm not talking about just the little placeholders like it does now, but it's referencing a specific name, a company name, a job title, and then
Yeah.
so like how we're saying spin up 3 different versions, you can literally incorporate AI into your email marketing, for example. So every single email that goes out is slightly different. So where it's not just the same, you know, 3 sequence or 3 different variants of an email, but literally every email is a little bit tweaked and customized, which helps significantly with staying out of spam folders. I mean, that's one of the biggest red flags is if you have, you know, one specific email address sending out the same email 30, 40, 50 times in a day, the likelihood of it, you know, hitting spam. But if you have it sending out different variances with referencing different names and stuff, and then, I mean, heck, even with ads or, you know, you can do that in anything where it's, you know, at the speed of light, basically, you can send very customized ads, emails, you know, once you get their permission, text messages, you know, things like that can all be customized based off that person and, you know, different variants sent out, which is huge.
Well, you kind of jumped ahead, so good job. Like I really wanted to see how like you felt AI was helping engagement in ads. You know, how are we seeing it with our clients, and really what's out there that people are in need of, businesses are in need of, to be able to help.
Yeah, with ads specifically, I feel like you know, I know there's some softwares out there where it's just like, oh, just, you know, AI is going to run and manage your ads for you. I haven't heard a lot of great feedback on some of those softwares. I feel like you still, you know, need a well-versed media buyer to test and fail and, you know, spin up different audiences. And, you know, there's still got to be in my opinion, a human touch to that media buying, you know, kind of aspect of it. But outside of that, the copy, the graphics, or, I mean, heck, even what we did with one of our, addiction treatment clients where we built them out an AI bot, Emma is what we
Right.
called her, where, you know, the client, we are generating, I don't know, 3, 4, 5,000 leads on any given month for this client. And instead of having 5 to 10 appointment setters sitting there calling up every lead, we'd have Emma immediately send a text message, conversate, confirm that they qualify, confirm they want to talk to an addiction treatment specialist, you know, and we were able to take 3 to 5,000 leads every month and funnel it down into 500 to 600 booked appointments. So instead of having a fulfillment staff of, you know, 10, 15 people where the majority of them are literally just following up with leads, an AI bot follows up 24/7 in perpetuity where it's just, they're constantly sending out follow-ups, can reply at any time. And then all we had to do, or all the treatment center had to do was focus on showing up and fulfilling these, you know, 500 to 600 appointments. You know, I think we got up, well, we maxed them out at like 20 appointments a day. And, you know, they were getting booked out 4 to 5 days ahead of time with just one AI bot. So leads from YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, I mean, you know, CTV platforms, display ads, you know, we had a true omni-channel presence built, funneling leads from all these different sources. The AI bot sorts them out, qualifies them, and then books an appointment. And it was, I mean, it was a game changer. I mean, if you think about it,
Right.
you know, 5 appointment setters, whether they're overseas or, you know, or here in the US, it's still going to cost money. It's still going to cost several $1,000s a month, multiple thousands of dollars a month, tens or 20 of thousands of dollars a month, depending on where they're sitting at. You know, so it's a game changer for businesses like that.
You know, I think about, you know, some of the world's, like, let's just even go into, you know, automotive sales for an example. When you're interested in a vehicle, now you have like 5 salespeople from 5 different dealerships calling you about the vehicle. And think about how much easier it is for, you know, the customer aspect of it. You just reply back, yes, I'm interested, or wherever they are in that, I guess, funnel of the sale, if you
In the
would.
process.
And then now you're actually giving a lead back to your salesperson that's significantly more qualified and ready to go to set an appointment that given day. Or, just so much easier to be able to manage a process, and you're not having human error or, sorry, lack of effort. I want to say that nicely.
Yeah, I mean, these bots they work 24/7. They don't
Yeah.
need coffee breaks. They don't need time off. They don't have to go to the bathroom. I mean, and then we even have some friends that are that have a voice AI. So in terms of like, I was watching some demo videos with what they're doing, but from like a financial planner, home services, those type of niches where you just need somebody to call and say, hey, this is so and so from the office. We just want to book your annual checkup, or we wanted to let you know that our service tech will be there in 30 minutes. Those type of touch points where they're not like high sales, you don't need an expert on the phone. It's just more of a kind of a customer service touch point. You literally don't even need a human being to do that. And it's insane how like human like these bots sound and how they can react. I did a couple test calls with it, and I'm purposely trying to mess with it, trying to get it to fumble and mess up, and it's tough to do. But yeah, it's cool. It's going to, I don't want to say it's going to, replace a lot of jobs, but I mean, in theory, it is going to, replace a lot of jobs, but it's the person who's not going to embrace I shouldn't say the person, it's the business that's not going to embrace AI and use it. I think is the ones that are for sure going to fall behind here in the very near future. Like if you're not incorporating AI in multiple facets of your business, I don't care if you're an e-com brand, if you're a roofing company, if you're a high ticket coaching program, there's so many ways to incorporate it to increase efficiencies, increase touch points, increase customer service. It's you're going to get left behind here in the very near future if you don't do something about it.
I don't want to sound controversial, but
but I will.
But we could look at it and say that it's replacing human jobs, but think about it actually benefiting the human workforce. If I'm a salesperson and I have to make 100 cold calls a day, just for an example, how efficient are those cold calls? Are you just banging them out just to get through it? Or are you really focused on what the engagement's going to be with the potential client, right? I mean, that's one. Two, how many times does the tone of voice on a human being change the outcome of the consumer on the other end, right? I mean,
yeah, for sure.
If that person's having a bad day, then all of a sudden it can be translated to the business before the plumber, roofer, whatever shows up to the door, because that person gave a poor experience because of their attitude. I'm not saying that's always the case,
but I mean, it's definitely yeah. You got some
right.
The guy or girl fighting with their significant other the night before that morning. Now they come in, they're like, yeah, the guy will be there in 20 minutes. Click,
right.
It's just like, well, right. I don't even want the guy to come now. It's like, it's.
But think about how many more jobs that could book, so that now you have more roofers on the roof, you have more salespeople selling, you have, I mean, I'm just saying the amount of work could open up if we embrace the technology.
I couldn't agree more. I personally think AI, that it's the individuals, or like for your point, like the sales guy that instead is like, oh, AI is going to replace me. It's like, no, I'm going to be the most badass sales guy using AI. I'm going to get twice as many sales. I'm going to bring in 3 times as much business for my company, whether it's car sales, mortgages, whatever it is. It's the ones that embrace it, learn how to use it, are the ones that are going to succeed and make a shit ton of money here in the near future. Because yes, as a human being, you can literally get 5 to 10x more done in a day, right, or in a work day, a work week, whatever it is. It's the ones that sit there and it's like, oh, AI, it's gonna Terminator type of mentality where it's like bots are gonna rule the world here, that type of stuff. Which if you have that approach to it, then I mean, obviously, yeah, you're going to get passed up real soon, and
right.
You're going to be SOL. But it's the ones that embrace it, I think, that are really going to succeed. I mean, even just look at the new tool we rolled out with how, I mean, we can literally take data sets of millions and millions, billions of rows and identities and rows and everything else and talk to it. Like, we don't have to sit there and stare at an Excel spreadsheet anymore, or, pull the data from our data warehouse and try to analyze it. It's this AI software literally accesses our data warehouse, and then we can literally just talk to the data. Tell me the average income of our ideal client.
Right.
How many people live in California versus Arizona? So you're not sitting there analyzing spreadsheets. You can literally have I mean, it's kind of silly to say, but you can literally have a conversation with your data, and then it puts it in these badass graphs and everything, so you can completely visualize it, make it easy to see, and it's all within seconds. I mean, what was taking us, what one human being an hour or two of their time to do, we can now do. That same human being can do it in 10 to 15 minutes. So now they can get 5 to 10x more done within a time frame versus sitting there and manually looking through spreadsheets. And I mean, I don't even know all the different formulas for Excel, but it's insane what's coming down the pipeline right now.
I can tell you, I think that based upon what we have heard back from our clients, they're super excited about this, because now if they're running to run a marketing campaign that was focused around XYZ, we can pull that data for them, and boom, they can get that out in front of that individual in a matter of seconds, and then have a list of people to call and follow up with, and just run special ads to. I mean, just think about the potential and opportunity of efficiency and how quick we can get things done. I mean, if you're, for an example, a roofing company, and you talk to 16 different individuals in a matter of a week, and now you want to go back for the last 3 months of all those people that you spoke to and serve ads up to them about special pricing, whatever that may be, you can do that now in a matter of seconds.
And if you do it correctly, where you're putting the notes in the file, so you're notating, hey, this guy like this guy like this was this guy's pain point, you can not only segment and talk to your data, but then your data can tell you how to talk to the client. So, hey, what was the most common objection out of our clients that haven't converted? Out of the clients that are warm leads or hot leads, what were the most common data points? And then you can take it a step further and say, okay, give me a quick phone script to grab these guys' attention. Give me an email address, or type up an email for me with a bold, engaging, and impactful subject line that will resonate with this group of people. So you can take it a step further and come up with video scripts, email scripts, ad scripts, talking to that specific data set or that profile of a client. Again, it's all about who's going to embrace AI and learn how to use it. And those are the ones, there's going to be a lot of very rich people coming down the pipeline. And I can guarantee 90% of them are going to be the ones, the guy that's sitting on the beach, drinking a Corona or Mai Tai, whatever your poison is, sitting there running his business on AI. That's, it's going to be pretty insane what people are able to do or figure out what to do with it.
It's interesting. You and I were at a business dinner last year, and an individual at the table spoke specifically about how to create the AI to be your client and speak to them as the client, and then the feedback comes back as your client. So you're training the AI to be the client versus the other way around, where we think that we're going to, speak to our audience. And, she was brilliant when a light bulb went off in my head. I brought it home. My wife is in that world. So, I said, hey, have you thought about this? And she's like, oh my gosh, no. Why didn't we think about that sooner?
There's going to be a lot of aha moments. But I remember that dinner. You build out your own persona for your ideal client, and now you can test everything against it. Hey, here's the landing page I just built. Does it resonate with my ideal client? Or all kind. Yes, that's similar to what we're doing with a couple of like the copywriting softwares that you use. I mean, you can go in and build a very detailed persona or profile for that client. And now all I have to do is, hey, give me a 4-touch cold email sequence targeting my client or targeting our ideal client. I mean, it's insane.
And think about if you have multiple ideal clients. I mean, honestly, so now you can say, client A, client B, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Which a lot of businesses do.
Of course. And now I want to just only talk to client A. And, this is where they are in the process. Give me an email that's going to resonate with that audience at that given time, and my goodness, I believe that I can accomplish more every single day, all day long by doing this. Now, obviously you have to go back and read it and make sure, it's correct. But think about
some of the stuff's a little robotic, or, you got to kind of go put that human touch on it. But, reviewing something and putting that human touch on it might take 5 to 10 minutes versus spending 5 to 10 hours, typing out the whole thing and then redoing it, having to take a break and come back and reread it. And, that whole process. But yeah, exciting stuff. And I mean, we're literally just hitting the tip of the iceberg here in this 20 minutes. We can, we'll have to, do another episode and, get a little more specific with the AI, like, specific to copywriting or data analyzation or, that kind of stuff down the road. But
well, and if anybody has feedback on what they want us to, do some research on and go in and answer questions, feel free to just, leave a comment. We'll get involved and try to add more information that's, proprietary to a certain business, or we'll follow up in that way. This is fun for us. We enjoy this, and this is our world. So, I said to my wife, man, I love my job, and it's because I get to do fun stuff every day, so if an AI is helping doing it.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely, every day is a new day, especially in this world. And with how fast everything's changing and progressing, and, you're constantly trying to, stay ahead, find the next cool thing, help our clients, really helps us stay ahead, and then, help our clients stay ahead. And that's obviously the name of the game.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, great episode, and appreciate everybody watching, and can't wait to do it again soon. Stay tuned for the next episode in the next few days here, and take care, everyone.
Thank you.